You really think millennials will never own a home?
Yeah.
How sad is that?
With the help, our kids will own homes because we'll give them to them when we die.
Sell it.
I assume, one of my kids will live here, or this will be my kid. Like, this is what I hand down to my kids one day.
I'm in LA, so I'm also thinking LA prices. If you move out of LA, and there's always exceptions. Yes, some millennials will be able to own a home. I get it, but I'm painting in broad strokes here. Like, that's kind of a sucky American dream that they're living when you really think about it. Like, because for me, one of the things that motivates me, my home, and something I'm prideful and proud of, and man, I bought this home, and I waited a long time to rebuy a home. You know, I've been through ups and downs and reach arounds and all that sort of shit. But I still see that goal in sight. Like, someday I'm going to get that fucking home, maybe one or two. Hassan Minhaj talks about that. He goes, I see a lot of diversity in the crowd tonight. Of course, it takes him 3 seconds to bring up diversity.
I mean, that's
too special. But he goes, no, but I'm not even talking race. There's some people here that own 3 homes. Some people never own a home. This guy doesn't own 3. No, actually, that's my thought. What he says is, there's people here that own 3 hoodies. That's all they got, right? And that's the truth. So based on that line of thinking, yeah, there's some of us that are going to be fortunate enough to have multiple homes. And then there's just a generation or two behind us that might not ever get the chance to own jack diddly squat if things stay the same. That's really sad.
To you, can I ask you specifically? You specifically.
Yeah.
What do you see a home as? Do you see
a forever
it as,
home?
Do you
like
see
what Rich
it as
has
an investment, or do you see it as a place to like
hang your hat?
Hang your hat.
I mean, isn't it both?
I don't know, because if you're not having any other kids, you could maybe ask yourself, what do I need a home for, other than a little bit of an investment and a little bit more of a private space?
I mean, who doesn't want a home?
Considering where we live, okay? Considering where we live. A lot
Fuck
of people,
where we live. I still want a home.
I know, but a lot of people would understand this conversation, because where they live, all there are homes, and they live in vast areas.
Yeah,
and it's just
fuck
homes.
this place. This
And
place
it's cheap.
sucks.
And it's
the
cheap.
weather's nice, but
Right.
I'm not trying to live in a condo my whole life. Who wants that? I want a
Because, like,
backyard and shit.
I think about this a lot. I'm like, do I need a home? Do I want a home?
That's
I kinda
justifying, dude.
I want a home. I do. If I could, but at the same time,
You got to
it's
ask what's more important to you: where you live, what you live in.
part of me.
There's a million factors here.
Part of me would rather be money rich or land poor and money rich, and not worry and just rent, and then not have the freedom to either move or do other things, and then just have a place to.
The only way I live this lifestyle spot,
because I can still hang my
and
hat
continue to
in my
like
apartment.
Let's say I just upgrade like the way I live right now, right? Just upgrade it. Like, is if I was living a completely bachelor life, like no strings attached. Like, that's the only way it makes sense to me. Otherwise, like, I don't want to live this way forever. But it's sad to me that that's the way that everybody's going to have to live, or rent from the Lord of the land, because they won't be able to own.
Is owning a home still the American dream?
I mean, when it was attainable, it's just not as attainable. Otherwise, it would be. You think people want to pay rent to some jerk off? No. You want to own a home. I own my place, and I'm proud of that. But I'm saying I want a fucking home. I know how hard it is for me to attain a home.
You also don't want to stretch yourself. You could probably.
I don't want to stretch myself, right? Yeah, I'm going to get that shit because I got a good head start and a good career. I'm talking about the younger people. If it's this hard for me, like, granted, I had my hurdles, like I said, almost impossible really is it for a younger generation. To me, when you really think about that, it's so sad. And that's why these kids are walking around in pajama pants looking sad, and they have no work ethic because they're like, for what? So that's really like the end game or bottom line as to why these kids don't see the future. They're like, for what?
Pick a city.
Is making Oklahoma City money.
But that's what I'm saying. So let's look at what a house costs in Oklahoma City. It's a great random city. And then say to yourself, 25% down.
Honestly,
yeah, but you're thinking LA fucking money.
No, I'm not. Then we're gonna do the math.
Look at this house.
Click on that one for $379 spot.
This $379 house is along a body of water. It's not great inside, but it's got 3 beds, 4 baths,
4,700 square feet.
4,700 square feet.
Right,
it's on
nice.
Ski Island Lake Club, so it probably has an HOA. Oh yeah, $25 a month HOA.
All right, so there you go. That person puts down $100,000 They have a couple $1,000 mortgage a month.
Hideous
you can live.
on
You
these.
just
This
can't
thing
live.
needs a
You
lot
just
of work.
you just have to differentiate. L.A., New York, Chicago, South Beach. Like there's like your top 10 cities.
What
The
is
Bay
that
Area. that
Oklahoma
sucks.
City kid
That's nice.
making to put $100,000 down?
That's
What is
Maybe
he?
someone in OKC making 80 G's, 100 G's.
My question is, how true is that? Because it's something I always hear, and I'm like, whatever, we'll get past it. That to me is sad.
Look,
And
this home.
sometimes it just takes a little more from me and other people for things to sink
This
in.
home, which I think is very nice, cute.
This home
good
is a
starter
lovely home.
Is $280,000. Which
It's old looking.
It's old looking.
It's very old looking.
It's very old looking.
It's
but
a
it's
piece of
a
shit.
starter home, but that could just be the
Yeah,
area.
for me to start breaking down.
I mean, do you want a new construction home? I'll
No,
look
but
for that.
no, but I'm saying like that house needs a lot of work. But you're right. It's a couple $100,000. Small
Put
house.
a good starter
You can have
home.
one kid in that house.
Yeah,
maybe
good
two.
starter home. Good,
Take a look, Cove.
fairly new and updated.
Kitchen seat.
Kitchen
And
seat.
where's that? OKC.
This is an OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks
So
fairly
when
recently
your
updated.
kid or your cousin
Nice.
says, for what? I'm never going to own a home anyway.
Backyard,
Just
look
like,
at that.
nah. If you put 100 G's down
involved with
in
that.
Oklahoma City, you could fucking own a home. So there you go. We solved the mystery. Tell them to move there into
What's
there's an orange house for
what's
sale.
what's a fair amount to put down? 20%? I'm sorry, $25,000
To avoid
maybe.
PMI, but you think that young kids got that kind of
I
money?
could
I'm
buy
not
this-
saying
I could buy
that.
this house with cash right now.
All right, hotshot.
I
Yeah,
just
but
sold the
you're
house.
thinking
Come on.
from grown up. You're a fucking 50-year-old guy almost. Grown up perspective, who has a good savings, who's been working in their career for 30 years, and you're thinking from LA money that you're making.
Not in. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You got to put yourself in their fucking weak ass